What is going on today, guys? We are back for another video and for another quiz here on Sporkle, the great site. Go check them out. And we are going to be doing an Office quiz today because who doesn't love The Office? Great show, obviously. It's a little bit of a different quiz, though. It is going to be a logic puzzle quiz where it's not just as simple as, fill out the answer to all of these different questions. There are certain characters that need to go in every single one of these boxes, and the way that we figure that out is by clues based on things from the show, but also hints about, these characters maybe are on this row or they, aren't on this row, things like that. You guys will get it very quickly. There's 25 boxes we need to fill. We have 11 minutes, and let's get this started. We're going to just jump right in. So Dwight is in C3. They gave that one to us to start. We need a starting spot. Michael's least favorite HR rep is in E5. I am diagonal to my wife. So Dwight is diagonal to his wife. We obviously don't know which diagonal that is in yet. But we do know that Michael's least favorite HR rep is the man himself, Toby Flenderson. What a guy. Just an absolute drag for The Office. I mean, come on. You guys understand how Michael feels. So now we have A1, E3, and C5 they all sit at the same table and work in accounting. So people that work at accounting are Kevin, Oscar, and Angela. So we know that they are in A1, E3, and C5. Now we don't know where all of them go, but A1 should be Angela because that's the only one of these three that is diagonal to Dwight, and we know Dwight's wife is Angela. So she has to be diagonal to him. All right, we don't know which one is Kevin and Oscar yet. The odd numbers in row B worked for the Michael Scott Paper Company. The youngest of the three is in B3. Okay, so the people that worked for Michael Scott Paper Company, the infamous Michael Scott Paper Company, Michael Scott, Pam, Ryan. And Ryan Howard was the youngest employee, so he's in B3. We don't know which one is Michael and Pam yet. D2 was Toby's replacement when he moved to Costa Rica. Vikram, D'Angelo, and Robert aren't in this quiz. D2, Toby's replacement when he moved to Costa Rica. Holly Flax, baby. Boom. Pam is in B5. You don't got to tell me twice. I'll take a freebie. And she's adjacent to the man who had an affair with the senator. Pam is adjacent to the man who had an affair with the senator. That's going to be Oscar. So Oscar's in one of these four, but Oscar works in accounting, so he either has to be E3 or C5. So obviously, this is the only one that is adjacent to Pam out of those two. So that's Oscar, and then E3's got to be Kevin. Okay, we just got some new clues. The only character to share a full row with his actors in row A. That's Creed. Creed Bratton is the actual actor's name. So Creed is in row A. We don't know what yet. Ravi and Kelly are adjacent to each other. Okay, that doesn't help us yet. My husband is in the same row as me. So Jim is in row B. D1 doesn't work for Dunder Mifflin. Okay, so we know Jim is one of these three. We do know now that Michael has to be B1 because he's a member of Michael Scott Paper Company. And Angela's clue told us that. So Jim now has to be B2 or B4. Anyone who has been the Scranton branch regional manager after me is adjacent to me except for Dwight. So these three people are Scranton branch managers after Michael. Question is Jim technically a branch manager? I always get confused by this. I don't remember well, I'm thinking once Saber got into the picture, he got put as a manager from the old lady. I can't remember her name. The owner of Saber. I want to say put Jim in charge for a certain amount of time. So either way though, there's been many times where Jim has been in charge for whatever. I'm pretty sure though Jim has been a regional manager, so he should be B2, not B4. And we are correct. Okay, that's good. No idea of B4 yet. E1 had an affair with his rehab nurse. That's Stanley the Manly. Stanley is he has a mind of his own. Stanley is going to do what Stanley does, and there's nothing that you can say or do about it to stop him. Stanley's going to do Stanley. And if that includes having an affair with his rehab nurse, gosh darn it, he's going to do it. So, what can you do? I'm adjacent to the married couple who both work in the same building but for different companies. A married couple who works in the same building but for different companies. That's got to be Bob and Phyllis, right? Bob Vance, of course, from Vance Refrigeration. They're in the same building as Dunder Mifflin. Now the question is, which one is which? Didn't D1... D1 doesn't work for Dunder Mifflin. So that means D1 has to be Bob Vance of Vance Refrigeration, and then E2 is Phyllis. So A4 dated Michael. Okay, that doesn't totally help us yet. Michael dated a lot of people on this show, so that could be a lot of different characters. Who knows yet? It's hard to say. C2, though, moved to Poland after the documentary aired. I want to say that would be Nelly that moved to Poland. I haven't watched the last episode in a long time. I really need to again because I do like the shots of, here's what everyone's doing after the show ended. But I want to say it was Nelly, and Nelly would make sense because she was a regional manager, which the regional managers are all adjacent to Michael, so it doesn't make sense. I think this is Nelly, and it is. Okay. Now the question is, there's one more manager here. This, to me, this has to be Andy Bernard, the Nard Dog himself. Obviously, was manager for a long time. He's the first manager that comes to my mind, and I think over here, D'Angelo and Robert aren't in this quiz. Shows I don't really think it can be anybody else besides the Nard Dog. And that is Andy. Okay, so row A's characters are in alphabetical order from left to right. Okay, so that starts with Angela in the A's. Alphabetical order left to right. A3, A4, and B3 are the only people in this quiz who have worked at corporate. Okay. Ryan obviously worked at corporate. The two main corporate people that come to my mind are Jan and David Wallace. A4 dated Michael, which is interesting because, that works at corporate, dated Michael. This has to be Jan Levinson Gould herself. I guess drop the Gould, but, take it or leave it. And then this should be David. Now, Creed is also in row A. And if this is in alphabetical order, if we know this has to be David, this has to be Creed. And then this is David. Todd Packer is in this quiz. Meredith and Daryl are in column 5. We still have 4 minutes left, so we're doing all right on time. Meredith and Daryl are in column 5. Okay, well, again, if row A is in alphabetical order, A5 would have to be Meredith. It can't be Daryl, because Daryl would be in between... Well, actually, Daryl would be before David, even. So this, to me, has to be Meredith. And then this would have to be Daryl. Meredith is, I am adjacent to an Indian. Well, there might have been a better way to say that, quiz, but... Okay. So, I am adjacent to an Indian. We do know Robbie and Kelly are adjacent to each other as well. So that means both of these have to be Robbie and Kelly, I would think. We still don't know which one's which, though. I used to date C4 and D3. And they both worked for Dunder Mifflin. Okay. So the first person that comes to my mind that Daryl dated would be Kelly. Well, we know Kelly has to be one of these two. So to me, this has to be Kelly. And then this would have to be Robbie. I'm not... Okay, that literally gives us nothing. And then I'm not adjacent to Roy. That doesn't give us anything either. Okay, so I think the only thing that we can go off of here is this. I don't think we have anything about D4 or E4 right now. I think we just have to know who Daryl dated. Who did Daryl date? I'm kind of blanking on this one because, we named all the main characters from that are in the actual office. There's Aaron. Don't think he dated Aaron. He didn't date the girl from Saber. He didn't date, girl that had a crush on Jim. So, this is definitely a later season thing, which I haven't watched the later seasons as much as I have a lot of the earlier ones. Didn't he? There was definitely like someone in the warehouse though, wasn't there? Oh God, what storyline was that? This would be like long after Kelly. This would be. Oh, what's her name? Um. Oh my gosh, I can like picture her. Oh my gosh, she had a boyfriend. She had a boyfriend too for a little bit. That wasn't Daryl. Um. Oh. Oh. Okay. Yeah, that's Val. Yep, that's Val. Okay. So Utica's manager is diagonal to me. Okay. The manager of Utica, we all know, is Karen Filippelli. Karen Filippelli. Okay, well that just gave us Karen. Great manager, by the way. You know, I wish we got to spend a little bit more time in the Utica branch. See Holly, see AJ. You know, some of those other employees that we got to see when Michael went up there to do his little speech. I would have liked to see it. Karen as the manager, but you know what? We can only imagine, I suppose. D4, Todd Packer is in this quiz, right? The Pac-Man. And we have completed this quiz. Ladies and gentlemen, we completed this quiz, all 100% of it. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy, please leave it a like. Let me know in the comments what score you guys got on this quiz if you guys decided to do it before watching. I'd love to hear what you guys got. Let us know what other quizzes you'd like to see. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. Peace.